Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parrish Construction and Roofing. Need an orthopedist? Go to Brock. Need a roof? Call Parrish. Okay, y'all. Glad to have you aboard with us here. Story of the day: LSU did add a power bat in the transfer portal. So I want to talk about Luis Hernandez, who they added. So, just everyone on YouTube, this doesn't affect you at all. Facebook, just a heads up that I am trying something a bit different today. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Well, I am. So, long story short, that many of you probably don't care about, I'm posting to my profile instead of my page today on Facebook. Um, Again, long story that I'm sure most of you won't even care about. I'm just trying to figure out how to post to my profile and then share it to my page. So anyway, all right, we're going to get rolling here, and I'll just figure out how to share this later. It might be a little bumpy here today for the first go of this, and I apologize. Interesting. I don't know why. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out later. All right. LSU adds a power bat in the portal. Luis Hernandez from Indiana State, one of the top bats in the portal. Spent this past season with the Sycamores. He hit 359 this season at Indiana State. Had 23 homers, 76 RBI. So good bat. He's a third-year player, so he is a draftable prospect. And I kind of asked around yesterday, what are the chances you get this guy to campus? And it was kind of like 50-50, but it's worth the risk, right? It's worth the take. So he provides himself another option. If he gets picked and signs, good for him. If not, well, guess what? He gets an opportunity to come play at LSU in the SEC and give it another go in college. Now, remember, of course, we talk about it all the time. You come back for your senior year, you lose your leverage, you're not going to make money. So really, it's a matter of what does he get offered this year, which, 23 homers and 359 at Indiana State is nice, but is that the kind of season that's going to get you sort of catapulted, right? And in the draft. And I don't know the answer to that. So if you'll bear with me 1 second, I appreciate this. I'll try to share the Facebook post. From my phone. Let me see if I can do it from here. Oh, there it is. Let's see if this works. I don't know where the feed is. That's really weird. My apologies, y'all. All right, I got to figure that out. I don't know what's going on, why I'm not able to share that. So, again, my apologies again. I told you I was trying something new today. I was trying to go live from my personal profile instead of from my page. Long stories. I was kind of digging into Facebook. I think it's probably something that'll probably boost us more on Facebook, but we're still there on YouTube, and we are live on Facebook, just on the profile instead of the page. So, okay. Please smash the like button if you would, subscribe up to the channel, Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post or the profile, follow me on the profile, like the profile, however you're watching there. I'm trying to say, I think this is all YouTube comments. I don't know that I see any Facebook here. Diddle-a-diddle-a-do. I got to figure it out. Anyway, okay. So Luis Hernandez is signed with LSU, commits to LSU out of the portal, 50-50 proposition. When you look at what you're losing next year, the possibility of Bear Jones signing a pro contract, Hayden Travinsky out of eligibility. You know, you look at some of your bigger power bats. Tommy White obviously is going to go pro. You need to replace some of that power. So Hernandez, by the way, a first baseman / catcher, so could be a platoon catcher, could play first for you, could DH. I'll remind you, you have Blaze Priester committed as well. And Priester is, a kid out of Live Oak who we've talked about for a couple of years now. Thought he was going to go straight to the pros out of high school. Ended up going the JUCO rank for a couple of years. He's now back signed with LSU, and you're going to sweat him out in the draft, but there's a really good chance that he ends up on campus. So, anyway, okay. All right. Oh, no way. Huh. Okay. Yeah. So there's a comment said, I am Lance. Said, any idea who Jay's last Tiger tweet was referring to? Yeah, actually, I just got the text. So it's a guy that LSU saw in the regional. So Camden Wicker, the big, tall, skinny freshman that LSU faced, he jumped in the portal, and apparently he's committing to LSU today. So I'll make that public today. He's the one that went 4 innings against LSU, 3 runs, 7 hits in the regional game on the 2nd. So that was that the Sunday game? Yeah, so that was the Sunday game. Wicker's the one who pitched the Sunday game against LSU. Pitched well for 4 innings. All right. Abner Neal. So there you go. There's your Morning Scone breaking news. See, it pays to listen to Morning Scone. Abner Neal, Brian Wynn, Jeff, what up, my dude? B-Rock, what's up? Brandon Carrico, morning, Matt. Jay's presser had me 6 to midnight. Go Tigers. 6 to midnight. What does that mean? Jason H, good morning. Tiger Diver, Wendell Norman. Bari, good morning, Matt. Not to come off as ungrateful, it would be nice to get a lefty power bat. Well, Hernandez is a switch hitter. So I don't know if he's a switch hitter. Let me check on that. My apologies. You know what I was looking at? Never mind. I was looking at Derek Mitchell. What's that page lost? Yeah, I don't know that he's a switch hitter. Let me strike that from the record. No, he's a righty. Sorry, he's a righty. Just a righty. My apologies. Matt Plavidal, if we get the transfer from Indiana State, Dows? Oh, does that impact Trevor Schmidt? No, Trevor Schmidt's already he's already signed, so he'll be here. I think again, Schmidt is a first base DH type guy. Same as Hernandez, but Hernandez can also catch. I don't think you worry about having too much offense. I think you worry about getting these guys on campus, see who performs, and then you roll with it, right? Brian Wynn, Matt, what changes to the portal do you foresee being made so coaches don't have to re-recruit team every year, if any? I don't see any. I mean, I'll say it again, Brian. I know I know some fans react negatively to the portal, and I understand that. And coaches hate it for the reason you just said. But the only people that are inconvenienced by the transfer portal are coaches that are millionaires. I do not care that coaches are inconvenienced and have to re-recruit their roster or have roster turnover. I would rather someone like Paxton Kling, for example, have the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to go down a level, play every day, get 200 ABs, and give myself the best opportunity at the next level, than be forced to come back to LSU because of a stupid rule and potentially not and be a defensive replacement again and not give himself the best opportunity at the next level. I am going to side with the 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old and what's best for them, not what's convenient for a millionaire coach. So I don't want there to be changes to the transfer portal. I want a guy like that to be able to leave. What, like, and again, I've told you this a million times. I am someone who transferred. I spent, as an 18-year-old, I made a decision to go away to college that I thought was best for me. I'm glad I did. I had some great life experiences. I met people that are still friends to this day. And I probably always would have wondered, what if had I not gone? But after a year, I realized like this wasn't the best decision for me. I transferred back home, went to LSU, got into manship school, and it was the best decision I could have possibly made in my life. Like, I wasn't forced to stay there. So why should a student athlete be forced to stay somewhere? Like, it's nonsensical. And like, scholarships are a 1-year contract when coaches can at any point after a year not renew a kid's scholarship or cut them from the team or purge them from the roster. Why is it okay for the adult to do that, but it's not okay for the kid to do what's best for him? So no, I don't want there to be transfer portal rule changes. Brett DeGrow, Cade Ewing, Morning Matt, any insight to what the exclamation point was about? I don't know what exclamation point you're talking about. Sorry. Good morning. Did you see Landry's comments about the Saints coaching staff? Obviously, I'm not in that locker room, but it seems like Allen doesn't connect with players like Sean did. I guess you're talking about Jarvis, and I did not see, but I would love to see if you haven't sent them to me. Brock email, how's the JUCO catcher? Do you think he will supplant Neal? So I guess you're talking about Blaze Priester. I think if Blaze Priester ends up on campus, meaning if he doesn't sign right in the draft, then I think he's your best defensive catcher and probably a comparable bat with Neal as far as power. So yeah, I think there's a real chance that Priester becomes your primary catcher and Neal would be a platoon guy like he's been. You know, you like similar to what you saw this year with Milazzo and Neal, right? I think that's a very real possibility that could happen that way. So, James McKinney, Larry Garner, Jason Walker, Larry Delger, good morning. Jason H, love the Bama's burning segment. Yeah, we got another one up there. It's on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Thanks, Jason. Trivia, what's going on? Good morning. Cade Mayu. Morning, Matt. Saw Jay Johnson tweet a second tiger emoji, but this one had the exclamation point behind it. Any details regarding that? I don't know why he tweeted two. I haven't looked at his Twitter this morning. I was just told that they're getting Camden Wicker, the big 6'6" righty from Wofford. So that's the news. I'll go look at Jay's Twitter right now. I mean, it's a big time. Like, I mean, you're going to have, portal transfer prospects on campus. I mean, I know last week, Jay, after they lost, was basically in a different city every night. You know what I mean? So, well, yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. So 14 hours ago, that was about Luis Hernandez. And then the one 9 hours ago was about Camden Wicker. So that's who that is. The Wofford pitcher, Camden Wicker. Good morning. You know the reason CBS chose not to renew the contract with the SEC. Yeah, they didn't choose not to, Brad. They got outbid by ESPN. The contract went up about tenfold in value, and ESPN outbid CBS. So it wasn't that CBS didn't want to renew. So the 10-year deal between ESPN. Well, this is an ESPN report. They're probably not going to tell you the cost of it. Hang on. Yeah. It was a $3 billion deal that it was a $3 billion deal that the SEC did with ESPN. I think I want to say the deal that CBS had was about $300 million. So, I'll look up all the deals, all the details, but that's why. Basically, the SEC got a tenfold increase from ESPN as opposed to what CBS was playing. So CBS flat got outbid. Melody, good morning. Doug Barrientos, good morning. Trivia, just trying to get ahead with the good morning, E-Rock. Hey, Dad, good morning. Tarn 35, family and friends show, but 6 to midnight implies that the gentleman is pitching a tent, so to speak. Got it. Tom Grandig, what's going on? David Tolson. Colorado will be competing in the Senior U.S. Bowling Championships. Okay, looking forward to the challenge. Take some pictures, David. I'm really interested. That's pretty cool. Anytime you get, when you got the competitive juices flowing at any point in life, I think that's really cool. So good luck to you, dude. Good luck, David. Reed Rule, morning. When is work on the box going to start moving the bullpens? Good question, Reed. My guess is they should have already started. Let me find out, but I don't know when they're breaking ground. But I actually do know what contractor won that bid, and it's quite honestly the person that was sending me info about it all along. So I'll find out. Brett, is there someone on football staff that lines up in-home visits for coaches? How does that work? Or do coaches kind of show up? No, coaches don't just kind of show up. They definitely schedule that with families and when they're going to go, when they're going to be in home and all that sort of stuff. Who handles those schedules? They got so many people on the recruiting staff. I can't tell you that I know specifically who's calling the schedule times, et cetera, like that. But man, you've got Austin Thomas, you got Sherman Wilson. You got a lot of guys on staff who are on the recruiting staff. That I don't mean just guys like men and women that handle those types of recruiting responsibilities. So who's physically making the phone call to set a schedule? I don't know the answer to that. Canary Toriak, who was the JUCO catcher at LSU before JUCO. No, so he committed to LSU out of Live Oak, but everyone thought he was going draft. That was always the thing, was he was going to go. He was just going to sign, and ended up not getting the number he wanted. So I don't think he got drafted, if I remember correctly. And so ended up going the JUCO route because if you go JUCO, you don't have to spend 3 years in college. You can go 1 year in JUCO and go. That's what Bryce Harper did. Bryce Harper went high school and he did 1 year in JUCO and then went into the draft. So that was the reason. So he's spent the last 2 years in JUCO, but now is recommitted and re-signed with LSU. So now we'll wait and see what happens in the draft this year. If he gets his money, then he'll sign, or he'll come spend a year at LSU and then go into the draft. Aaron McKenzie, good morning. Sambo Fulkerson, Scone, do we land another Holman jump type pitcher in the portal? Yes. I mean, you're going to land a starting pitcher in the portal. I mean, Jay Johnson is relentless in that respect, and I would be stunned if he didn't. I mean, you already got Camden Wicker. There's a pitcher from East Carolina who I'm told is the best pitcher in the portal. And I expect LSU is in the mix there. So, yes, I think LSU will absolutely land arms. But remember, you've got Chase Shores coming off of injury. You got Cade Anderson, who I think a lot of people are really excited about next year as well to see how he grows and develops. So, it will be very interesting to see how the staff works. But yes, I do expect that they'll land even after. Well, I guess we'll get the announcement of Camden Wicker today. But what will happen, subsequent? I do believe they'll get more arms. Yes. Let's see. Ronnie Dugas, good morning from MD Anderson. All right, Ronnie, chin up, man. We're pulling for you, man. Praying for you. So keep on, man. Oh, cool. So Blaze Priester, I thought so. Oh, maybe he had to go try out. That's what it was. So Priester got selected for the National Junior College All-America Team USA. So when did they put this out? I didn't know he got picked. That was May 31st. Okay. So I knew he was going to try out for that. But so he'll be playing this summer with Team USA, for JUCO Team USA. Rooney, good morning. Now you have some shoes to wear with the Rad Dad shirt. So Rooney is my friend with Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. And if you didn't see yesterday on AFR, very cool that my friends over at Sunshine had Michael Anderson, who's our buddy, he's a Catholic High grad, by the way, who's a really talented artist who is done a bunch of collabs on custom shoes with LSU athletes for different NIL jobs. Like he did Paul Skeens' shoes, Livy Dunn, Jaden Daniels, Josh Pearson. If you go check out his social, you'll see all that. The Kim Mulkey shoes with the national championship basketball. So anyway, my friends over at Sunshine collabed with Michael Anderson to do a custom AFR sneaker for me for Father's Day. And so he came on air and presented them to me yesterday. And so he cut up a football, a baseball, and a basketball and sewed them all into the shoe that also has 104.5 ESPN and the AFR logo on it. And inside the tongue, it says inspired by Drew, Father's Day 2024. So that might be a pair that I never wear. That may be one that's just that's a really cool trophy that I keep on set with me, and I'm just proud to display. The funny thing was, so he said, "Hey, so Michael, when he gave it to me, said, so we I did them in a 13 just so they'd be big and you could put them on set and display them and they'd be big." I was like, "I wear a 13." He's like, "Well, you can wear them," but I don't think the intention was to wear. So, hey, did you turn it off? Okay, thank you. Let's see. Mighty Tall, I read they're only moving one bullpen. Is that true? It's so lame. I think maybe like one at a time, but I'll go back and check. Honestly, it's been like a year. It's been like a year since I've looked deep into that. Since all that stuff was percolating last offseason, then got stopped. But it's a good reminder for me to go back in and look at all that stuff. So I will. Club Ruckus, morning, Matt. Thank you for saying what you said about the WNBA yesterday. Biting the hand that feeds you, spot on. So yesterday, if you missed it, yesterday there was the WNBA released a report yesterday about their increased TV ratings, their increased attendance, et cetera, how they're at these 28, 30, 20-year highs and whatever, and up 200%, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, it's so like, I never want to talk about the WNBA again because you're biting the hand that feeds. All these people are so critical of Caitlin Clark. I'm like, the reason all of these numbers are up is it's singular. It's Caitlin Clark. And I literally had somebody tweet me, he's like, no, that's a great product. And there's not just Caitlin Clark. I'm like, you're absolutely outside of your brain. It is singular. The only reason when Caitlin Clark went and played in Washington, they moved the game to the Wizards arena from a 4,000 seat arena to a 20,000 seat arena. That had nothing to do with anybody else. It's singular. It's Caitlin Clark. And not saying you have to treat her like a goddess or anything like that, but the fact that there's so much resentment in the league of her when she's your golden goose. Like, what are you doing? It's so stupid. It's prideful and dumb. Brandon, I'd love to hold the door open for Gary Danielson. Gary's a great guy and he's a great analyst too. Gary's he's one of the best in the game. I'll never understand the Gary Danielson hate. I'll never understand it. He's so good at what he does. He's a patient broadcaster, doesn't step on the play-by-play man, knows the game, has great insights. I think in 06, or 07, whichever year it was against Auburn, when, Glenn Dorsey, when Chaz Ramsey was high-lowing Glenn Dorsey, and Danielson said Dorsey shouldn't play again. I think at that point, a lot of LSU fans turned on him and never and allowed their emotion to cloud their judgment. But Gary was great. He is one of the best color analysts in football. Matthew Godwin, good morning. Michael Thacker, good morning. What's it like working with LSU legends every day? I definitely go fanboy. Working with someone like Hester. That 07 team is my first love. Honestly, I don't even think of it, man. I guess I've known Jake such a long time now that I don't even think of it in those terms. But I have told him this before, and I would tell anybody. I think, when he first came to work at Guarantee, one of the cool things about Jake is if anybody could have come to work with us with a sense of entitlement, it would have been him, right? Number 18, national champion, or beloved former LSU player, all that stuff. Like, if anybody could have come with any sense of entitlement, it would have been him. But Hester came, y'all remember, he started 6 to 8 p.m. on Hanging with Hester. And he went from 6 to 8 p.m. to do the middays with Hanny, then to do in the mornings. I mean, he worked hard and bided his time. And with a young family, doing radio 6 to 8 p.m. is not easy to make that lifestyle work. But he worked hard and he's earned everything he's got, man. So I'm really, really happy for him. He's a great dude. I mean, I love him. I love all those guys. I just don't think of it in terms like that's not when I see Hester, the first thing that pops into my head isn't, number 18, Jacob Hester. It's Jake who we work with, Reed Rule, hopefully Jay has Milam doing some recruiting for him on Team USA this summer. Yes, sir. Robert Potts, good morning. My little boy turned 5 yesterday. Watched after the live stream. Can Cooper get a shout out? Drew on hand to sing happy birthday. Drew is sleeping, Robert. I'm sorry. But if Cooper would like a secondary shout out from me, Cooper, happy 5th birthday. Hope you had the best 5th birthday in the world. Hope mom and dad let you stay up late and eat all the candy and cake you wanted, and you got all the presents in the world. Maybe a puppy. Oh, Dad, what do we think about a puppy for Cooper for his 5th birthday? Happy birthday, Cooper. Hope it's an awesome day, and here's to many, 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 many more. Go Tigers. Brett Skeens had another good outing. Opposing fans gave him a standing ovation. Saw that yesterday. Skeens went 6 1/3 against the Cardinals, 8 strikeouts. I was keenly interested because one of Otter's picks last night was a parlay with Skeens over 7 strikeouts. So, ding. Paul Skeens is unfair, man. Marty, it's 100% because of Clark, period. Yeah, of course it is. I mean, all of the attention on the WNBA is Caitlin Clark. Contractor BR, they're moving the Tigers dugouts, not moving the visitors dugout. Not dugouts, bullpen. I love how Gary Danielson used to talk about the '06 team, especially Bo and Dorsey. If you're interested, and you may not be, but you know what? Let me see if I can find. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can find this on YouTube. Um, mm, I think it was a couple of years ago. What year was it? Gosh dog it. Um, Doggone it. I had Gary on SEC meet. It was last year. It was this past year. Okay, I'm looking at a picture right now. That was from this past year. It was this last year in Nashville. And I had Gary on the show, and he told some amazing stories and told the story about an interaction he had with Les after that Auburn game. Oh, well, here's the link. Let me find where in the show it is. All right, you have to scan it. I don't know where in the show this is. All right, I'm just gonna drop this YouTube link. But I'm gonna drop a YouTube link. If you just scan that YouTube link, you'll find where the Gary interview is in there. Anyway, it was a great conversation, and he reveres LSU and loved coming to Baton Rouge and calling games and had a great relationship with a lot of people here. I'll never understand the hate. But anyway, check out that interview with Gary if you're interested. He talked about his convo with Les after that Glenn Dorsey interview. Let's see. Going to Media Days, Matt? Yes, we'll absolutely be at SC Media Days this year. July 15th through the 18th in Dallas this year. Looking forward to it. Joel saw Luis, Indiana State at the UK Regional 2 weeks ago. Struggled against SEC pitching. Looks like a DH candidate to me. DH first base catcher. Depending on who ends up on campus. But depending if Bear signs. Again, I'm operating under the assumption that Bear Jones is going to get drafted and signed. I hope I'm wrong. Selfishly, I hope Bear Jones is back next year. God, I'd love to see him hit the middle of the lineup again next year. You get Gavin Killen out of Louisville. That would be an amazing get. So, would really set your lineup up for next year. So, but we got to see how it all plays out. Trivia. Look at Matt wreaking havoc with a kid's birthday puppy. It's not my house. Tigers bullpen also dugout. They're moving the dugout? Okay, I need to look at the specs of the project. I'll catch up on that today. There you go. Thank you. The interview with Gary's at 1:23:20. There you go. Perfect. All right. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I again streamed today to hey babe. Streamed today to my Facebook profile instead of the page, which is why we have no comments there. So I screwed up some setting somewhere where I'm sure people just can't see the live stream video or comment or something like that. So let me see what I screwed up, and we'll fix that hopefully for tomorrow. That's my fault. So my apologies to all who might see this later and missed it live on Facebook because I screwed up. There's one person. There's one person watching on. It's actually me. It's me watching right now. So I don't know how I screwed this up, but in any event, okay. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel. Cortland, what's going on? Gunner missed watching live last week. I've been in Maui for the honeymoon, right? Hope everything went awesome with the wedding and y'all had a great honeymoon. At the Denver airport on layover, finally have a chance to listen live. Love Jay's comments on roster building. Man, I hope y'all had a great wedding. Gunner, I hope you and the missus had a wonderful experience and a day that y'all will remember forever, and a great honeymoon as well. So You know where to find us when you're back, and baseball ain't going anywhere either, man. So glad to have you back. Brian, good morning from Missouri. I did see the ovation for Skeens last night against the Cardinals. Yeah. He's just a little unfair. Trivia, your response. It ain't my house. Anybody can get a puppy. It's not my house. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have an awesome day. We appreciate y'all for being there as always. YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Brian Wynn said, Matt, we don't need those fans from Facebook. Your rubbers can carry the day. I don't know what that means. Sorry, Trivia. My apologies. She might walk back here, and if she does, I'll tell her. Okay. Again, y'all remember who to give credit to whenever you see the Camden Wicker commits to LSU today. So anyway, all right. Y'all have an awesome day. Thanks for being there. We'll see you. Peace.